What do you say, everybody? Welcome to a little Gambler's World. We got a little live action here. Monday Night Football and a double header, no less. A double header of action. All right, before we get to all that, there you go. Don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, notified. Winners Run our sports betting channel. Not only when we're live on Monday nights for our Monday Night Football doubleheader, we do a Football Friday live. Me, Mark Lawrence, Victor King. Possibly Jim Feist's going to be coming in, making like a four-headed Mount Rushmore of NFL picks. And, of course, our daily free picks. Monday through Thursday, me, Chip Trimbus, Doug Upstone, Brian Bittler. Matt Fargo joins the program tomorrow. Chip also has Paul Bovey and Jim Feist on Thursdays and Fridays. So there's that. Plenty of free pick videos for you here on the Winner Circle channel. Be sure to check it out. And our host site, gamblersworld.net, where we just have the premium side of the channel, basically, right? Free picks galore, but there's also premium stuff. Me, 13 other handicappers. You want to go get that? Super. Baseball crunch time. Wild card action, right? Who's going to make it? Who's not? Get the rest of the season for $199 playoff package. Go get it. Go get it. But let's get into the Monday night. We got comments. Bill coming right in off the bat. I got Buffalo -4.5 and Cincy 6.5. All right. So has the Cincy line dropped down here? Let's see. I got DK and FanDuel both up here. What do we have in these games? Let's check them out. 4.5 and I'm seeing Cincy at a 7.5. So would you buy that one? You'd buy that puppy down or just get a good number on that? I'm not going to say no to Cincinnati. Normally, Bill, I'm 6.5. Team just got to win by 7. Cincy is a desperate team sitting at 0-2. We saw them lose at home to the Patriots. Tough loss on the road to the Chiefs. You better win this one. All right? You got some work to do here, sitting at 0-2. Granted, you got the Ravens, who have a loss already to the Raiders ahead of them. You got the undefeated Steelers leading your AFC North. And you have the Browns doing Cleveland things. Terrible, losing to the Giants. And you mentioned the Bills here. So I'm seeing a 4 here on Buffalo. I was a Jaguar guy, and it was a 6. I grabbed it. As much as I mentioned Cincinnati here up against the wall, how about the Jaguars? 0-2. You're here in a big revenge spot because you kicked Buffalo's butt in England. You're on the road next versus the Texans. Then you're home versus the Colts, who you might be looking at 0-5. This is a game where you better show up here. 4.5, 4s. Do I think this is probably like a field goal game? That would be, how I think it's going to kind of play out just on the sheer desperation of the Jaguars. Now, Lawrence has played like trash. He's getting a lot of crap for his huge contract, not delivering anything. But it's been, I think, a team-wide failure. I mean, you had a lead in Miami. You let that one get away. Last week or 2 weeks ago versus – what was it, last week versus Browns? It was last week, right? I'm thinking 2 weeks ago because the Browns played yesterday. Yeah, ugly game there. Ugly. And you have Buffalo. Extra rest, sitting pretty, right? You didn't dominate stat-wise versus Miami, but you got the turnovers to get the win. I think it's the 0-2 spot here. I think you got to go to desperate teams. One to have a blowout, the other one to hang tough or maybe pull out a win. So there's my thought. Under, I don't mind doing under. I have nothing invested on this total myself, but I'm an under cat, so I'll ride with you there, Bill, and be cheering for you. Eric R. Bills, Jags, a trap game. This gets thrown around all the time, right, Eric? People are like, it's a trap, it's official line. And I'm all for that. I'm like, our line doesn't look right. I'm just going to go opposite. It's come down a bit. And this is where, Eric, you look at a spot of a team where the Jags they looked really bad last week. I remember, was that 18-16 last week? Whatever kind of score was, terrible. Bills looking good. You think this is a spot for them? You're at home. It's a revenge spot because you lost to them last year. It's not, hey, we're going to overlook this 0-2 Jags team because they're bad. What are you talking about? They beat you last year. That's you're not going to overlook a team that beat you. So I don't know if it's a trap, so to speak. Is the line a little short? Possibly, but I think that's with everything built into it. Bad as they played, desperate for a win. Bills maybe feeling a little cocky. You got the Ravens next week on Sunday night, so you're going from Monday night prime to Sunday night prime. Do they have a little? It's the Jags are playing like trash. Maybe I think I don't really love that kind of mindset. I mean, the Bills are a Super Bowl type team. Should they be overlooking the Jags? I don't think any team should be overlooking anybody. We saw was Tampa overlooking somebody? You just beat Detroit. Come home, you got a crappy team, winless. A quarterback hadn't thrown a touchdown on the road. You get beat. Were you looking ahead to the Eagles next week? We've seen teams get beat. You don't think the Bills are sitting back saying, "Wow, the Patriots lost the Bengals lost to the Patriots." So I don't think it's a trap game as much as it could be a spot where they don't cover. So give me the points. George Lobo, Mike, I can see it, George. I got an upset by Jacksonville tonight. You like Jacksonville? Money line. I like the points. So for me, you like a money line? Well, why wouldn't we do that? And you're taking Cincy to win. Cincy should win. They've already been in the Buffalo spot versus a team that's perceived to be bad. And Jacksonville wasn't even perceived to be bad. They're just having a bad start to the season. These guys lost to the Patriots, who thought to be the second worst team to Carolina. So, yeah. Tough loss at KC. You better – here's the thing with that. And it's easy to come in to say, let's unload on Cincinnati in the spot. 0-2, they're home. They lost here to last. They lost the home over the Patriots. They start slow, man. I don't like the coach. I've been saying for 2 years, Burrow to me, how do we know he's healthy? He's healthy. The guy's awesome. He looked good last week. Didn't look good the week before. Richard, Chase anytime touchdown plus 105, 365. Yes, I'm going to get to some player props in a second, but we get the comments rolling, so I'm going to jump right into the comments. I'll get to that as well. I like that as well. Ninja, Cowboys overrated. Not my book, Ninja, because I told you beginning of the year to take the under. And where you been, Ninja? You don't even pop in the show at all. Come on, fella. Don't eat Wendy's chili. Absolutely no Wendy's chili, Ninja. We know that from the Friday Live. Never again Wendy's chili. So, for those not in the know, Friday Live, 1 p.m. Eastern, me, Mark Lawrence, Victor King. There's a lot of football talk. But there's always some comment about food because I like to eat. Victor seems to be a guy who likes to eat. And Mark, I think some of us live to eat. Mark just eats to live. He just gets a meal. He's like, okay, I need to eat or else I'm going to, die eventually. Me and Victor like to eat because it's fun. Ninja had to come in and tell some horrible things about Wendy's chili. George Lowe, I personally think the Bills' defense is overvalued. Probably they're missing a lot of guys. They're down. They're down linebackers. They got some injury concerns. Ninja says Jags and Bills. Jags plus 5. Bills team total under 24.5. I don't hate it because I'm pulling for the Jags here. Bills Super Bowl window was a couple years ago. Not sure if this is their year. I'm not saying it's a Super Bowl window, but that's their aspirations. You see the quarterback play, George. I mean, is he one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league? I don't think it's close. I think he is. So you got a good quarterback. Granted, you have Mahomes out here. You have, Burrow and Lamar who show flashes. I mean, Lamar's an MVP. Burrow went to a Super Bowl. You got a Hall of Famer in your division on the Jets. This is a team that's, whether you think they're a Super Bowl team or not, and if the window's shut, possibly, but they're still in the backyard. They're still in the house. They're in the area like, hey, who are we fighting for? Do they have a tougher road than if they were in the NFC fighting the Lions or the Niners? Yeah, but it's still there. They still have the house. They still have aspirations. Eric, I went to the Eagles-Saints game Sunday. Talk about a low score heading into the fourth quarter. Yeah, where was all that offense? Where was all that offense we were supposed to see out of the Saints? See, that's the thing with the Saints. Like, what are they? Are they the 45-point team over Carolina? I don't know about that. Or what they did to Dallas, or what you saw against the Eagles. And that was an Eagle team up against it. Come on. Embarrassed at home. A lot of people questioning the head coach. And for 58 minutes, that guy was getting fired. He was getting fired in the locker room before they pulled that one out. I think the Eagles still have problems. 2-point favorite next week in Tampa? I don't know. I mean, you just saw Tampa lose to Denver. Will we be shocked if they beat Philly next week? Did you have a pick on the Eagles-Saints game? I had nothing on the Eagles-Saints. Nope. Did not like it. And Eric, I don't know if you watch any of my shows. I'm a early better. Lines come out Wednesday. You can start getting them. Actually, even beforehand, you could go even further back for some games. That line was 4.5, 3.5. And I was like, man, 3.5 with the Saints. What are we doing here? Like, they're begging me to take the Saints. It flips to a Saints minus 3, 2.5. Yeah, did not have anything on that one. I like Houston to go deep in the playoffs. He's a CJ Stroud guy. I'm not high on them. To me, the Texans are last year's Jaguars. Everybody's excited about CJ Stroud. Rick, fly Eagles fly. Never in doubt winner for you there on Sunday. Desert Brian, thanks for explaining the chili. Now I don't have to ask. Yes, I'd explain the chili, Dennis. I'd explain the chili. I've never eaten chili as a fat man. Eagles coach is not much better. No, Eagles coaching is he's bad, Sirianni. And he brought in 2 new coordinators, so if there's a problem, you can't fire the coordinator now, fella. You tried that last year. You're the guy who's left. You and Hurts. Watch all your shows. You're the best. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. I try to be entertaining to the masses. But let's go. You guys want some props? I will deliver. Let's start them out here. Bills, Jaguars. Each team to score a field goal, TD in each half. I tried this last week. I just missed. I'll come back. 20-1. Let's go. Let's go. Jags are desperate. They're not going to leave points on the board anywhere, whether they're taking 7 or taking a long field goal. They will look to score. 20-1, 2-dimers. Let's get it. Anytime touchdowns, Jaguars. I'm going to go a little strange. I try not to give out. Now, Eric says he watches my shows, and if other people come here, you watch my shows, and you've heard me speaking here before on other live shows and previews things we've done in the past. I don't like just coming and saying, let's take a minus 110 or minus 110, minus 110, 105, so 110. I rarely try to go that route. I just feel like, that's the low-hanging fruit everybody grabs at. Anyways, everybody's going to have all the same people doing the same stuff. I try to find a little more plus money value. So Strange for $2.95. Person I respect is on some Strange over receptions at 2.5. It was juicy at a 180 as well. So actually, when I got it, it was 150. So it's got steamed up a little bit there. So maybe he scores a touchdown, plus 295. Davis, little payback, his old team, plus 285. Bills, I'm going to go Kincaid to say, hey, Davis, we got rid of you because we got Kincaid, plus 195. And a Bills defensive special teams touchdown for 425. Lawrence has not looked good. Maybe it's a blowout and there's a scoop in the score fumble. Maybe there's a pick six going the other way. Maybe there's a punt. I'm going to take a 425. The Jags are 0-2. They're not playing good. The quarterback's not playing good. Maybe he does something stupid. Maybe there's a fumble. 425, I think, is worth a shot here. And I'm taking it. James Cook, 2 touchdowns, plus 650. Why? He runs the ball, he catches the ball. This could be a low-scoring game. He could be the Monday night MVP. 2 touchdowns, 650, with a guy who's going to touch the ball. Okay. And here he is again, Mr. Cook. 70 rushing yards, plus 125. 80 rushing yards, plus 195. Now, he's not rushed for 80 yards in a game on the season. So take that, which is why we're getting some plus money here. I will gladly take this. I think the Bills are a balanced team. They're not just throwing the ball like Diggs is gone. This is kind of a balanced attack. They like to run the ball. We see teams now, a lot of teams running the ball now. Why wouldn't you run the ball? Defensive have gotten all speed, right? You got everybody's a hybrid guys, right? Linebacker, safeties, all small guys. Let's pound the rock. Here we go. 125, 195. Count me in. Count me in. Next up, we're heading to the Bengals, the Commies. Brian Robinson, 2 TDs. If Washington's going to score, I'll take the little running back. Maybe he catches something. I didn't bet this. I was just saying, you know what? if Washington is somehow in this game, the best guy in their offense has to be involved somehow, right? And Daniels, another guy, well, Nick's got his touchdown yesterday. Another rookie like Caleb Williams, not throwing a touchdown pass coming into the weekend. And when he does throw the ball, it's to his tight ends and it's to his backs, which is, I'm going to skip the touchdowns for a second, go here. Eckler over 25.5 receiving yards plus 140. Ertz over 25.5 minus 120. I told you I don't like to do things like this. In this spot, I'm going to because Daniels is going to throw the ball, and this is who he throws to. He throws to these two cats. Now, McLaurin, under 47.5 in receiving yards. This guy, he has 39 yards on the season. Whatever. I'll go down in flames in this one because I got a buddy who loves the over in this one. I'm like, he's pretty good. He's very good. I just said to him, I said, listen, he's got 39 on the year. This is the game he's going to go for 85 and a touchdown. Maybe they're down 30-7 and they're just chucking it. Until I see it, I sure as heck ain't betting on it. No, thank you. Anytime touchdowns. Here's Chase. I'm joining our buddy in the chat. Anytime touchdown plus 110. He doesn't have one yet. No TDs for our guy. Iosavas. Is that how you said this guy's name? I don't even know how to say his name. Isovas. 270. The guy's this is like Burrow's best friend. Like he owes him money or something. Here you go. We'll just keep throwing you the ball. 270. Okay. T. Higgins is back. Another Higgy Bear. Plus 160. Okay. Maybe they feed him the ball because he came back, right? Could you see something like that? Like we have to throw you the ball because you're complaining, you're not seeing enough things. Whatever. Plus 160. Let's be honest. This is Washington. They're not a good club. You let Daniel Jones throw 2 touchdown passes against you last week. Burrow should take care of some business here. And here we go. Another defensive touchdown here with the Bengals defense, special teams. Same odds as Buffalo. And as bad as Lawrence is playing, has Daniels been much better? No. 425, again, pick 6, fumble, any kind of nonsense. I'll take a defensive score plus 425. We're going to scroll them all underneath as well. You see it right there, premium picks. Me and 13 other guys game was rolled. Go get them. Go get them. I'm going to pull this down, put that up there. Comments coming up. That's a scroll. We don't want the scroller. We want the pick scrolling underneath for everybody to see. There we go. Subscribe to the channel. Let's go. All right, here we are. Back into the Eric. Sean does pretty well even with his free picks. I appreciate it, Eric. I tried him with the free picks. If I'm going to come on and give a free pick out, I'm going to try to find the best side or total or some part of it to give to you. I hate saying, well, I got nothing on a free pick because it's a free pick. If I'm digging into a free pick, chances are it makes my premium. That's just the way it is. I'm not going to put a bunch of work into something and not back it up. B-Hawk, like Cincinnati minus the 7. I agree with it. This is a big game for Cincy. I hate saying must-win kind of things like that. You know, they have to win. They really have to win. Now, I'm not going to like a 285 or whatever the heck is on the money line. That ain't happening. You know, not going that route. I don't want to do that. But why does this flip over to flip to baseball here? Yeah, 355 Bengals, 220 Cincy. No, thank you. No, thank you on those money lines. Bengals a smash. I think so. I think this game will be like something like, I'll say like 34-13 or some nonsense. It shouldn't be close. They should win this by 10. You should win this game by 10, Cincinnati. If you're for real, and why are you playing games? You played games in week 1, and it cost you. You got stupid against Kansas City, and it cost you. You can try it again here. Under Jags and Bengals minus 7. I like them both. Locking it with the King is in the house. B-Hawk, the King is with you on the under Bills. Good company. KD's pretty good capper himself. Likes the under with us. Christian Kirk, 40.5 yards. Yes, Gavin, I like it. I like it. Eric says Daniels over 10 rushing yards in the first quarter. All right, a first quarter bet. You know, I've seen some of these. I'm not a huge first quarter type player there. Is he going to take off? Is he taking off? Let's see. Bear with me as I pop open multiple windows here on my other screen. I got the baseball. I got MLB.com up here with scores. Phillies ready to lock it up tonight. Cost me my Cubs win total. Thank you, Cubbies. Jaden Daniels. Here we go. $132 yards rushing. Not too shabby. Tampa Bay, 16 for 88. Giants, where does he go? 10 for 44. So you think 10 in the first quarter. Is he running for his life? What's the pay on that one? What are the odds here on that, Eric? I appreciate the kind words. Of course, King Day. Come on. We think alike a lot of times, so if you were a crazy Mr. Numbers with minus $1,800 and 20 leg parlays, I wouldn't say kind words. I'd be like, no, we're not doing those kind of things. We're taking unders. I'm my kind of guy. My kind of guy. So we're about to get underway. Sure. Oh, wait a second. We are underway now, right? This first game, did it start yet here? Not yet. We're mere moments away from the start of our game one here. Our game one. Minus 110 on Daniels rushing yards first quarter. That's fine. I mean, again, he's got the yardage in the games. It's really just one big run. The problem is all of a sudden he goes to take off and he gets hit by a line of scrimmage and you're staring at you need 15, 16 yards now. I think we saw this with Mahomes last night. The guy had 30 yards. He runs around and loses 15. You end up losing a prop on it. So I kind of don't like them. Full game? You want a full game prop on him? What's his rushing full game? Rushing props. I'm in a Jags game. $25 minus 900. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Yeah, I mean, man, you got to go to 50 yards just for a minus 115. If you think the Skins have a shot, the Commies, Washington, whatever you want, the Washington football team, joke. I should can I put my Redskin helmet on and just put it on here in my head as I do the show? Why not go crazy here and do 60, 70, 80 yards, 150, 260, 425? Maybe he goes buck wild. He gets buck nasty on you and goes for 100 yards here. He's done it before. Where's he at? Where are these stats? 16 rushes, 88 yards versus Tampa Bay. A long scamper of 17. I mean, honestly, I might have just talked myself into this one here. Why not? Why not do a 50, 60, 70, 80 on this one? We saw Mahomes go for 30 on 4 carries. I think it's time to get the ladder out here, folks. I think it's time to get the ladder out. $60, 70, 80 yards, 150, 260, 425. You said one of these offshores here. What do you got here? Rushing props. Yeah, see 50. That's like I need a different book. Hold on a second here. KD's laughing. It has to be at my Mr. Number comment. DK has a boost on Daniels, 10 plus rushing yards. Okay, Eric, when I see these little boosts, I feel like they're just begging you to come in and bet it and lose. Did you see on Twitter, it was posted that FanDuel and DK, I wish I could find it. Where is it? I'm going to look it up. It said something that DK and DraftKings, their same game parlays, they had like a 90% win rate on it or something ridiculous. I got to find this article. No, I got to find it. Where the heck was that? Who posted that? I wish I saved it when I saw it. Anyway, those kind of things. I do not like the boosts. 60 for the game is 150. Yes. I'm on, let's see, where's the, I'm on a little BOL right now. Let's see what we got here. Over under rushing yards. We can get 60, 70, 80. There we go. Why can't I get these in here for a... All right, I just did that myself here. Tennessee's in the house. So I got 61 yards at plus 122. 71 at 168. 81 at 233. There we go. Party time. Party time. Put a couple of these back up here. Here's some anytime touchdowns. Chase. Right, this is the first game on the board here. No, Bills Jaguars. There we go. Bills Jags are off the board. Let's go to the Bills Jags stuff. Each team to score field goal touchdown first half. 20-1. Let's get it. James Cook, 2 touchdowns, plus 650. Cook, 70 yards rushing, 125. 80 yards rushing, 195. Anytime tutties, Strange, 295. Davis, 285. For the Bills, Kincaid, 195. Bills defense, plus 425. Look at this. We got Spamalot in the chat. We are official, baby. We are official. Love when that comes up. Let's go. Report. What should we do? You know, when I do like my midday Monday, I used to get stuff like this, and I'd report it as like I wanted to put like terrorism, but then I figured the FBI would come up and ask me questions if I report it as terrorism. Like put something in there like child abuse, you know. But I figured that would really get them knocked out fast if you report terrorism or child abuse. But if you're gonna do it, go totally unhinged and just report them as something crazy, as opposed to just spamming you. Oh man. I look at it as I've officially made it when I have the spam bots come in. And they're not even porn spams. These are just like regular TV spams. I guess they've cracked down on the adult content spam-roonies. King D, have a good night. Good luck to you as well. Game 2. Chase, Iosivas, Higgins, Bengals defensive touchdown. A little bit of plus money action there. And for Washington, I just went Brian Robinson. 2 tutties, 11-1. I didn't bet this one. It's just out here for Washington fans if you want to do something, what I looked at. I may or may not have dropped a couple bucks on these. Eckler over 25.5 receiving yards, Ertz over 25.5 receiving yards, and McLaurin under 47.5 receiving yards. He has 39 on the year. Maybe it's too good to be true. Maybe that's the squarest bet on the board, and I'm just a big public Joe loser. I don't care. Daniels has been thrown to the tight ends and running backs. That's what I think he's going to do tonight. Eric R., the official Daniels rushing yards are. All right, for me, 61 plus 122, 71 plus 168, 81 plus 233. Get him in the chat. Daniels over 61 is 122. Over 71, 168. Over 81 plus 233. I'm going to add these. I will add these to the comments section as well. We'll get the Washington ones out here. We'll get them in the chat for all to see. Even when they come after the fact, you have to write them all down. They'll be here for you to get. We'll scroll them across the bottom as well, because that's how we do things. They're scrolling. Keep scrolling. Little Limp Bizkit for everybody. Probably should have done this from the start to add them in here, but I was not thinking. Early. Because I put them all out right away. Then you'd be like, oh, see ya. We can leave. All the props are there. You get out of the chat. This is the last one we got to put in there. And then we are covered. There you go. They're all in the chat. Nice little family of props for everybody. What is going on here? We got the Bills on the move, ready to strike. James Cook catches a pass. Can we punch it in? Can we punch it in here, James Cook? Anybody left in the chat? DVB. McLaurin is up to 51.5 receiving yards. I don't get it. Yeah, dude, my buddy had this, and I'm like, what? And I was already on the under on that one. I'm like, oh man, what are we doing? He's got 39 on the year. Here's the thinking to that is since he's got a big lead or a lead or whatever, and they're throwing a ball and he gets big chunk yardage, it ends up with 57 yards on 4 catches or something. So that would be my thought on how that happens. He gets it for a not garbage time stuff, but essentially 39 yards on the year. 51 for the game now. I took the Jags to go up by an anytime touchdown bet. Well, we got Allen. Let's see. Cook, right guard, Jacksonville 1. Jones is hurt for the Jags. So let's see what happens here. We're on the goal line. Is Cook going to punch it in? Oh, my goodness. Here we go again. Time to get the report out. Here we go. Report him. Promotes terrorism, hate speech. Let's get him with misinformation this time. Again, I'd really love to just do like terrorism, but why do I feel like I'll be getting a knock on the door if you do that? But that's funny. That's how I like to do things. And we'll get the ban out. Eric just put terrorism. I mean, seriously, like, oh man. All right, we're in a timeout here in the game. They're terrorizing my eyes. Yeah, right. Oh man, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Come in here and put this crazy stuff up here. Now let's go to the live here. Bills at 6.5. Total of 46.5 right now. The clock is moving. 7.5 into 47. New numbers live. Allen up the middle for 8 yards. 3rd and 5 at the Jacksonville. 8-yard line? Oh, up to Jacksonville 15 for 1 yard. I think he went 15 yards to the 1. He's on the 15. See, I didn't even know what's happening there. 3rd and 5. You know this is going to be a pass play here. So there goes our Cook TD. Will be out of the question. But will we get a little Kincaid action for plus 195? Are we cashing Kincaid? Can we get a Kincaid? Oh, no, it's 410 to kick a field goal, right? What am I talking about? Live number 8.5. We got a touchdown on the board here. Cook with the touchdown. That's one. That's one. Halfway to 650. Halfway to 650. It was first and goal. They got a first down. I thought they didn't get the first. They got the first. It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown. New line, 7.5 and a 48.5. In-game money line, 345 for those who like to indulge in craziness. You got it. You got it. 70-yard drive, 5 minutes. I still think the under, I mean, it went up a notch, but that's a long drive. Extra point is blocked. And away we go. You should do watch alongs more often and fill out a free live pick every now and then if you don't already do watch along. Sometimes I hop on, like here, I do a live one here. Sometimes I jump on with some other guys when they do live stuff on YouTube's. I just, Eric, I do videos like all day long, right? I do my show, I do Winner Circle, I do like free pick videos. So it's like, then it's time to do a game. And, my son's like, hey, let's watch the new Penguin series. Like the other night I watched Spy Game with my daughter. So I get watching a game, doing live stuff like this. This is a long night. And I could talk by myself. I don't mind. I come on, I do videos all day, right? Midday Monday, I come in, just talk. I do my baseball cards. I'm by myself for 20 minutes talking about ridiculous baseball cards. I don't mind talking to walls, but sometimes I guess I get out, like my head starts hurting, like the ring light, my eyes, baseball I will. I think, we'll have some day action MLB. I'll definitely do something for like a live. I'll do some baseball cards or something, while I'm doing it, have some laughs. I'm sure wife says, yeah. Sometimes you got to hang out with the family a little bit, Your wife says, yeah, you're sitting here. Love baseball cards? Yes. Bowman Chrome First Autos for rookies. I still have 2 Bowmans I got to crack open over here. I got to put away. I did some the other, I'll tell you what, Eric, as I sit next to my desk here, a bunch of garbage heritage I got to get rid of. They're my favorite. They're such nice feeling cards, but like Bowmans, these are just all like common guys. I say the rookies. It's such a, just the cost, like $35 a box, $38 a box. I mean, to find a auto or a number card? Listen, I'd rather spend that and buy a box of 87 Fleer, it's more fun. Come on, this guy's back again? All right, hold on a second here. Now I banned the other guy, but I got to get him off. I got to report him first on YouTube before I get him out of the chat here. So we report, and then hit him with the old block. Bike spokes. No, you don't bike spokes the cards. Come on. Super money, better odds making picks. And I love cracking the cards. I do have a lot of fun with the 80 stuff. But like the newer stuff I can't get into. I saw something, Eric. They're talking about like the Otani, like they have like the 50-50 card. Yeah, 687,000 of them were made. 687,000 base cards. Talk about junk wax. Why even save anything if you're making 500,000 base cards or something? I have a bunch of, I got tops 80 and 87. I got all the sets. Donruss Fleer 81, 87. And that's it. I got a couple Bowman sets from like 2020 to this year. I don't know if I'm going to save them. For what? I got a couple slabs. I got those old cards I like. I told my son, I said, listen, I dad tomorrow. I said, bring this there to the little guy we go to. Maybe he'll give you like ask for $500. They're probably worth more than that, but just take the 500 and run. Go out to dinner. Lauren, just popping to say hello and hit the like button. Have a good one. Lauren, appreciate you popping in, spending some time. Like button, appreciate it. Good seeing you. Back in the late 80s, early 90s was baseball card boom. Yeah, late 80s and the 90s were ridiculous. But I'll tell you what, this newer stuff is just as bad, volume-wise. Even comments 25 cents each. I don't really get into vintage. I have some 70s cards, like my Gary Carters, my Bretts, like guys who were good in the 80s. But I don't get into like the older stuff. One, it's really expensive. And that's not my era. I could do some 70s guys. Give me Gary Carter, stuff like that. But to me, the 80s are vintage. The Jags look awful. Let's see here. Pass for 1 yard. Pass for 4 yards. And an incomplete pass. I mean, look at this. Pass for 1 yard and then 2 incompletes. The under looks good to you, buddy. Now there's no card shops. Done reported on Bandom. Yes, I like reporting and banding people, Jim. This is one of those NFL seasons I believe the fades are going to cover more than up by season's end. I mean, listen, T-Money, you've heard me say this before. The quarterback play is terrible. If you're going to have teams that are going to have Josh Allen just come down and methodically pick you apart for 7 points or 6 points, you missed an extra point, or Mahomes to do that, or even Kirk Cousins, like some of these guys. I mean, Cousins will rounded to form, Rodgers rounded to form. How many good quarterbacks are there? How many times have we said this? The top and bottom is just going to be ridiculous. But also with that is then you're going to have these lines, these spreads are going to start getting out of control. Yeah, investors, collectors, cards are following sidebar. Eric, I took my daughter. We went over to NRG Stadium for a show. And we're walking, and she's like, oh, there's a lot of kids. She was in 8th grade. And this was like last year. She's like, oh, there's a lot of kids here, a lot of boys my age. I'm like, yeah, they're, like baseball. They play baseball, collect cards. They all had little suitcases with slabs, like trying to sell. Like, what? Dude. Like 1986, I was looking to sell my cards. It was just about trading and collecting. I don't get it. I mean, that's wrong. I do get it because they number things 1 to 25. It's obviously worth something. There's only 25 of them. It's not like pulling out a Ken Griffey rated rookie and there's 500,000 of them. They sure did. They're doing this now too. Stacks of rubber bands. Here we go again. Oh my goodness. This man is out of control. Do we go to report terrorism and child abuse? I like terrorism and child abuse, but again, why do I feel like that's just getting knocks at the door? It's just knocks at the door. Too many. I agree, Sean. The QB play is worse than awful. It's Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Hurts at the top. Hurts? You're putting Hurts up there? Is that a joke? Come on. Cousins, Dak, Allen, Murray, Lamar on the B tier, rest of trash. I mean, I don't know how you put Jalen Hurts in the top tier. That's funny. I didn't know we're turning this into a comedy sketch, T-Buddy. Why is there spam in the chat? I need to block that trend. I know it's great. It's crazy. The spam is coming. That's because you know what? It's popping in, T Money, because you're showing up on the algos now. That's what that is. Check every infraction on the cards. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I reported them too. I like Hurts, Sean. Don't do that. You don't know he's struggling, but his weapons are hurt. Besides, his running back could have. Oh, okay. So he's struggling because his weapons are hurt, but Dak is below him, even though Dak has better numbers than him. Come on, man. Come on. Hurts is not better than Dak. Stop that nonsense. Stop it. Please. All right, Bills. What do we got going on in here? 1st and 10 on the 45, it looks like. Is that what we got going on? You're talking about saying Dak is even close to Hurts? Are you? Who's in the chat to answer this question? This is going to be a poll question. This nonsense. You're just stirring the pot or you're drinking with King D. Come on. No way. Dude, Hurts is not that good. No, he's not. All right, we're closing in on 8. Let's get to these Washington props tonight. Brian Robinson, 2 touchdowns, plus 1,100. Again, I put these banners. They're all in the chat. They're all, if you scroll up, you can find them. I'm going to scroll it across the bottom here as well when I'm done. Anytime touchdown, Cincinnati. Chase, 110. I can't pronounce Isuvas's name. It's 270. T. Higgins, a 160. Bengals, defensive special team touchdown, 425. Downs likes to run. Daniels could throw picks. Maybe there's fumbles. 425, sure. Eckler over 25.5 receiving yards, plus 140. Ertz, 25.5 is minus 120. Dink and dunk time. McLaurin under 47.5. Someone in the chat said it's up to 51.5. The guy has 39 yards on the season. What are we doing here? There's Kincaid. A big gain. Not the touchdown we're looking for. Bills and Jags. You see it scrolling. Them to score each in a field goal TD first half. We got a TD. Let's see what else happens. We're waiting on for that Kincaid touchdown. Cook's already cashed us half of this. One more for a 650 spot. His rushing yards, 70 and 80, 125 and 195. The ladders were out for Daniels in game 2. I'll pull that one up in a second. That's all the way down at the bottom here. We added that late. But 61 yards, 122, 71 yards, 168, 81 yards, 233. If he's running for his life, let's go. Get it done, Daniels. James Cook with a mere 10 yards on the ground right now. Not all that. Not delivered on the ground at 70 and 80 yards. Should have went with combined yardage. He's got 24 receiving yards already. So we'll see what happens there. All right, 1st and 10 in the red zone. We'll see what happens here, and then we'll bust out of here. Anyone that says Dak over Hurts is blind or never watched football. No way in HE double hockey sticks did you not see the Super Bowl. I mean, look at the Eagles' schedule. They beat the Saints. The Cowboys got smoked and can't even beat Lamar, who can't pass better than my daughters. Here we go. Here we go. So if A team beats B team, so basically you're telling me is that the Carolina Panthers are better than the Ravens and that the Denver Broncos are better than the Detroit Lions, right? That's where we're at in this conversation. And the Patriots are better than the Bengals. And they're on par with the Chiefs because since he should have beat the Chiefs. Good to know. T-Money thinks the New England Patriots and Denver Broncos are the 2 best teams in the AFC. Excellent breakdown of how games are played. I mentioned Mr. Numbers earlier to King D. You are Mr. Numbers revisited with this take. I hit the like button even though you said Dak is better than Hurts. All right. We have a Incomplete, short pass, push out Jacksonville 11 for 4 yards. Where are we at here in this game? We're at 3rd and 5. We go. Is a field goal time? What's happening in this game? What is happening? Are we going to get a? Where's the touchdowns? A Kincaid touchdown? 4th and 1. Josh Allen can't get the first. You're going to go for it? Now, if I'm Buffalo, I want to go for it here. You're on the 9-yard line. Jacksonville went 3 and out with some dink passes and gained a yard. Worst case, you pin these guys on their own 9-yard line with a quarterback at Trevor Lawrence who has done absolutely nothing this year. He's done next to nothing. In fact, if he's done nothing, that would have been something. How do you look at his stats? 51 completions, 51% complete, 26 of 51, 1 TD. 14 of 30 last game, 12 of 21. Why don't you go for it here? But we want to kick field goals. James Cook getting it done here. Excellent. Let him finish it off. Let's go, Cookie. Let's go, Cookie Monster. Punch this in. Jaguars need to draft a new quarterback. Yes. But who's going to be at the top of the board there? Is it going to be them? Is it going to be Carolina, the Patriots? Who are they going after? Cam Ward? Bills need a tush push. All right, we got offsetting penalties. T-Money loves a tush push. He likes a tush push. He's a Diddy guy. You a P. Diddy guy, T-Money? Oh, my goodness. Again? Again with this? What are we going on? What is happening here? Did you can report? It's crazy because we're reporting them left and right, and it's the same. Is it the same name, or do they just change their name a little bit? Samuel to the 6th. What are we doing here? Can you bring James Cook in, please? Here. Can we cash our cookie and have a nice 650 and call it a day? If you went for it on 4th down from the 11, you better go for it on 4th down from the 6th. Let's go. Let's go, James Cook. Mr. Cook will deliver. We're cooking in the frying pan. Live odds 13.5 now with that touchdown, total 51.5, and we are off to the races. And you know what happens? Mr. Kincaid plus 195. You're welcome. You're welcome. How's that? How about that? Meet me outside. There you go. So I saw that comment of that hurts. Where are we at here? I think it was the same name. Was it the same name? Why does the NFL think it's smart to have games going at the same time on a Monday too? Like you can't do a. I understand 10 o'clock on if you go 7 and 10, but it used to be 9:15. So I don't understand. It's not that big a deal. Why would you put them on the same day, same time, basically too? I don't get it. James Cook should get 3 TDs, by the way. Jags defense looks. Well, he's got 1. We need 2. But Kincaid is a 195 in our pocket. We'll take it. We'll take it. Although the James Cook rushing yards not looking good. 13 rushing yards. At this rate, though, if they score another touchdown here and it's 20-0, maybe they start running the ball to pull some clock, and then we churn up the yards with Cook. All right, because we got that 70 and 80 yards rushing here. So that would be my hope going forward. But that's that. Let's one last look at Cincy props, and then we're getting out of here. Chase 110, Isovis 270, Higgins 160, Bengals defense 425, or special teams. Washington, we're going Brian Robinson 2 TDs. We're halfway there with Cook right now in the first quarter. Maybe we could even got one here. Who knows? Robinson is 11-1. We'll take it. Washington over, Eckler over for Washington, 25.5 receiving yards is plus 140. Ertz is over 25.5 is minus 120. McLaurin under. This number now is a 51.5. It was 47.5 when I put it in here. It's 51.5 now. So there's that. The guy's 39 yards on the year. Not interested. No, thank you. Catch me, meet me outside reference. You like that? The worry is the backups coming in second half. Yeah, I mean, this is the NFL, bro. We're not. I mean, Josh Allen's not coming out in the third quarter. They're just going to run the ball. Stinky breath, Patrick. I am not naked. No. How am I? I have a shirt on, fella. You all right? Stink breath. Stink breath, Patrick. Oh man. All right. Stink breath. We're out of here. Thanks for popping in on a Monday night for an hour of your time. We cashed the Kincaid already. That's $195 in your pocket. You're welcome. I'll be back tomorrow with Matt Fargo and Chip Chirimbus talking some Major League Baseball. We got a couple good games to get tomorrow. We got the Padres and the Dodgers, I believe, going at it. We got the Yanks, the Baltimore, Mets, Braves, wild card, division battles going on. Live show Friday. Here you go. Mark Lawrence, Victor King. Friday live, 1 o'clock. A lot of football that day. You don't want to miss out. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Notification bell on so you know when we're live and when we pop out all the free pick videos. Thanks for spending some time with us. See you tomorrow and Friday and next Monday and after that. Take it easy. Bye-bye.